Good morning, friends. A big g'day from your Aussie Covid Chaplain. Great to be with you. And thanks for letting me be a part of your day. It's great to know that there are people not only here in Australia, but on the other side of the world, in America, people in New Zealand, people up in Europe, people in Africa that have tuned in to these little messages and pep talks. At the moment, not so many people are watching, but there are people smattered around the world, and I'm glad that you're one of those. Gradually, I trust more people will find out about what we're doing and will appreciate a little bit of encouragement at the beginning of each day. Well, friends, one of the things we really appreciate about a friend is that we can talk to them. We can actually tell them what we feel. If you're a man, you may not do that very often. Maybe late at night around the campfire, or when you're out on a job and you've been working all afternoon at smoko in the afternoon, you just might open up and say something that you wouldn't normally say. But if you're a woman, you probably would have talked to lots of different people about how you feel and what you're going through and what the issues are that you're dealing with. Women just seem to have a greater freedom and flexibility about doing that. But for all of us, men and women, it's really wonderful when somebody will listen to what we have to say and will understand, not just listen and say, oh yeah, well, I had a bigger one than you and I had more problems than you and I had them, and the storm that I went through was more difficult. We don't want that kind of response from people. We want a response where someone says, well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. And I do understand to some degree that that means a great deal to you and you've been through some pretty hard stuff. So I wonder if you've been able to have a chat to anybody lately. Maybe you're a bit on your own and you're looking for someone to have a bit of a talk to. Maybe even a bit of a whinge to, or maybe someone that you'd like to spill your guts to, if you'll let me put it in those terms. Like to just say to them how you really feel and what's really getting on your goat and really frustrating you, and you'd like to just maybe download a bit of stuff. Well, friends, if I let you do that to me, I might never get away. I might be buried in everybody's complaints, but I'd like to see you have the opportunity to express how you think and feel to someone who will listen. Now, you may not have anyone tangible in your world that would listen. Maybe the family, friends, and neighbors or whatever have heard too much or wouldn't care if they heard for the first time. But God does care and God does listen. A number of times in the Bible, we have this phrase that was used, and you heard me. Isn't that amazing? I cried unto the Lord, and he heard my voice. Call unto him, and he will answer you. There is somebody listening. There is somebody listening. Somebody who you can speak to personally. Now, I've talked to people over the years about prayer, and I say to them, well, just be honest with God, and that kind of frightens them. I can't tell God what I really think and feel. I mean, like he might be offended. You think, well, doesn't he already know exactly what you think and feel? Of course he does. So you're not going to surprise God by telling him the truth. And it was a great starting point to actually start talking to God and telling him how you really feel about things and what you're really going through. So today it's Talk to Friend Day. And what I'd like you to do, if you feel free to do it, and you might really need to download a little bit, is once this little message is finished in a minute or two, just stop and look at the screen, and no one's around to hear you. And you can imagine you're telling me exactly what you think and feel. You can dump it all out on me if you want to. Just say, look, Pastor Chris, I am fed up. I am sick of this. I'm sick of that. I don't know how much longer I'm going to cope. You just pour that out to me. But know this, that I can't hear you. So everything you say is quite secret. But God is listening, and he's eavesdropping in on your conversation with whatever you want to share with me. And you can then turn around to God and say, God, were you listening? That's my concerns. They're my thoughts. I want you to take charge of those matters for me. So today is Talk to a Friend Day, and particularly the friend who is above all other friends, Jesus, who's a friend that sticks closer than a brother. Have God listen in to what you want to say. Now, you may not feel like talking to God. You may not feel like you can tell God exactly what you think. So by having a whinge to me, which I won't hear, thankfully, or pouring your heart out to me, which once again, I won't know anything about, you can then do that feeling like you're just abusing Pastor Chris. But then know that God is listening. And you can say, God, did you get that? Did you get that? Were you listening? because God is listening and he will hear and understand those things that you're pouring out of your heart onto him. So today is Talk to a Friend Day. Go to it, and God bless you.